And we're live. Hello and welcome to Codex Added. Today we're going to be playing Mass Effect Andromeda. We are going to be doing the main mission in which we help the Angara to rescue Moshae Sjefa. It's one of my favorite missions ever, actually, and we're going to be knocking that out today. We are playing a modded playthrough, female, custom, writer, tons of mods. You can see a few of them here. I've got Frosty Mod Manager open. And so we'll give it maybe a couple more minutes so some additional folks can join, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Hey there, Lisa. Glad you could make it. Glad you could join us. This was a somewhat unexpected, well, not unexpected, because I kind of teased it over the weekend a little bit as well. Hey, Zoe. Good to see you. Glad you're here. I see Liz as well. Liz, good to see you. And PT Gibson as well. Hey. Yeah, so Wednesdays, I kind of do Wednesdays occasionally, and I was able to actually finish with working at a reasonable time, and so I figured, yeah, I could go for a stream right now. The last time I streamed Mass Effect Andromeda, we did the multiplayer, and then Katie ended up joining, and so I think it's been probably like a couple of weeks since I've gotten back to Alicia Writer, who, for those of you who have not joined before, Alicia is our custom female writer. Biotic. Pretty happy with how she turned out as far as the customized look, and we'll be continuing her adventures here in Andromeda. Zach and Dylan, awesome, man. I'm glad that you're both here. I'm glad that you're enjoying the channel. Really appreciate that, Zach. And Dylan, glad you could make this one. We've been trying to do them kind of over a variety of days and times, but as well, there's so many time zones out there, it's tough to get everybody in. Shadow, nice of you to join us. Playing, you know, you're not the only one who's mentioned that kind of like, well, I kind of want to play Andromeda, but I don't know, so I'm just going to kind of keep watching the stream. I'm like, you know what, man, that is A-okay with me. I really hope it is, you know, it is that kind of thing where people can kind of, if you had a hard time enjoying Andromeda, but for whatever reason you still appreciate the story or just kind of want to pop into these streams to get a taste of Andromeda, I can appreciate that. I mean, I do that sometimes with games that I'm not playing, maybe games that I have played, but I would have this terrible habit, and I mentioned it on a recent stream, on a recent dual stream that we did, where sometimes what I'll do with like Fallout or Skyrim is I'll take forever loading up a bunch of mods, and then I'll get tired of playing really quickly. So the other day I was watching somebody play Fallout 4 just because I realized that like I don't really want to do another playthrough of Fallout 4. I just kind of want to watch a little bit of it. So I can kind of get that as well. I am not sure why it's doing this now recently, where it's actually multiple games too. It's not just Andromeda. This happened on NBA 2K18 also, where when you move it to full screen on a lower than 4K resolution, it does not automatically adapt quite the way we would like it to. John and Jane, I'm sure you guys didn't plan that. Good to see you both. Glad y'all could make it. PT says you babysat the cousin's kids all day and you need this stream. Yeah, man. Well, like, grab a drink or, you know, whatever it is that you like to do to unwind, and we can kind of do that. Get a little bit of Andromeda done. We'll kind of handle some well, some story here. I mean, there'll definitely be plenty of action too, but this is one of my favorite story moments, a couple of favorite story moments in this mission. And so it'll be fun to kind of talk about that with you guys as we go through. very nice, very nice. On the bourbon is a frequent favorite choice of mine. How's the stream quality for everyone? YouTube is telling me that things are not so great. Things aren't looking so hot on the stream quality. I don't know if that's something that that's just on my end, or if you guys are noticing some stream quality issues. Yeah, Zach, I feel similarly about the soundtrack. I really, really like the Andromeda soundtrack. I think it might actually be the most distinct, certainly, within the series. However, I just don't feel like it's present enough, which is probably the biggest criticism of the Andromeda soundtrack. It's not the soundtrack itself, is that the score really isn't utilized often enough, which I agree with. Folks are saying stream quality is good. Okay, all right, good. All right, so if I recall correctly, we left off in a space where I don't really have to clean up anything else. I think we were just kind of ready to go. Yeah, I think I kind of wanted to just go straight to that main mission, which is good because it's sort of a long one. And yep, let's just do that. So we're gonna go straight to Vold and handle that.
How long does it take to learn piloting?
Depends how you apply yourself. With your mind, you'd be adept in a few weeks.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing I kind of wanted. I kind of wanted to craft some new armor, but I don't. Well, let me see here. Yeah, I'm almost positive we don't have the materials to craft the new armor. So folks are saying that the game audio is a little bit loud, which it might be. That's very possible. Hey Flucus, good to see you. Glad you could join us. Yeah, let me do a couple of things because I think it's pretty good in OBS, but let me do what I've been doing in the Inquisition streams, which is just to lower the master volume. All right, hopefully this will help a bit. Is it weird if I've never gotten the Flower Crown, or did I on one of the Inquisition playthroughs I did? I don't remember anymore. I think I might have, actually.
Anomaly on sensors.
Yeah, Zach, how do I like the crafting in this game? Here's a thought. I like the fact that there is crafting in this game, because it's the only Mass Effect game that's ever really had it in an effective sense. I agree that it was overly simplistic, but I actually would have liked it to be a bit harder, yeah, without maybe being so dependent on the grinding, right? Presumably someone other than Ryder could get the or not the equipment, but presumably someone other than Ryder could get the materials, and Ryder should just be kind of, I don't know, doing something else, like harder to get schematics and harder to build it for the first time, but not as hard to get all the materials. That would seem like it would make sense.
Beginning approach.
Okay, bundle up, people.
I'll stay on my nice warm ship.
Okay. At some point, I really am going to start to need to focus on getting better gear, but for now, yeah, we're just not going to worry about it. Although, maybe the scavenger stuff would make sense for this one. Possibly. Only because of the weapon weight. It's just going to give me a ton more recharge time, which is sometimes helpful. Actually, we're definitely going to rock the elite helmet no matter what. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and stick with the initiative armor for now. Incendiary and shields, yes. Clearly we're taking Jal for story purposes, but then probably Vetra just on account of the fact that it's probably going to be a somewhat tough mission. Alright, we're doing this.
Take her down, Callow.
We designated this planet Habitat 6. Original readings suggest that it had a breathable, nitrogen-rich atmosphere and oceans of H2O.
I take it that's no longer the case.
All H2O on Habitat 6, vol to the Angara, is ice. And those oceans, frozen over completely.
There goes the dream of a seaside property.
I think I brought Liam, not even remembering why exactly. I know Liam was definitely there on this
That's a
mission
pretty
the first time
intense
I
blizzard.
did it.
LZ is on the windward side of the mountain. Conditions are bad. I'm tracking gale force squalls.
Whoa!
We're good. We're good.
You sure?
Thanks.
Want us to get out and push?
Thanks, Gallo.
Very funny, Ryder.
Not a great line and kind of a rough delivery, to be honest. Man, there's just moments where I really kind of feel like Gallo just doesn't have anything. Well, it is kind of really cold, right? So they should probably have helmets on. Also, I did now just realize that I never officially tweeted out the official "we're live" tweet. So, like, I don't know. I guess I should probably do that. Probably a good idea. Let me do that real quick. And then we shall proceed.
Sylvie wasn't kidding about the cold.
I always liked Vold as a planet. I think it has
Good
moments
place for a secret hideout. The
of
snow and
being
ice
really
camouflages everything.
particularly
Where are
after
we
you
meeting the
activate
resistance
Vold,
team?
it can be really,
Sent you the
really
nav point.
And I just wish there was
Good
a
luck,
little bit more
Pathfinder.
as far as like Tetchik and stuff like that. Like I wish the portions of it that are described as like cities actually felt like cities and not just like small outposts.
Heater right ahead. I need a minute to defrost.
We're almost there. We'll need to talk to Commander Anyik when we arrive.
My ship. Joe, you finally back? Is the squad efficient? Back to the others waiting on the shuttle pad.
Jack, what is up, man? Man, okay, wait, Dylan. So Dylan is saying that it's still really hard to hear me. Does everyone else have the same? Oh, wait a freaking minute. You're totally right, man. You know what? That's a good call out, man. I completely forgot that I have the second desktop channel still on. Yeah, so that's why you couldn't hear anything. That's why you couldn't hear anything, Dylan. So a little bit of behind the scenes for the way we set it up for OBS when we do the dual streams is technically I'm also streaming Katie's voice, which is coming in through Google Hangouts. In order for you to hear her voice correctly, I need to have a second desktop audio channel open at full volume. But I think that also doubles. It basically starts playing this game audio at full. So I think that should be fixed now. Should be game audio lower and mine should be higher. Let me know if that helps a bit.
Are you the Pathfinder that Ephra was talking about?
That's me.
We're the team assigned to breach the facility with you. Hopefully rescue Moshae Sjefa.
I'm your pilot. The Ket facility is on the other side of the planet.
Ready to head out?
I'll be back.
And we'll be here.
Cool. Good stuff. Thanks, Dylan. Let me make one quick save here before we officially enter the point of no return where I can no longer save when I feel like it, which that's still one of those things in Andromeda where they really should have fixed it.
No time to waste. You can fill me in on the shuttle.
Okay, everybody in.
So we do have a chance to switch here. Should we go Liam? Because a couple of people said Liam. If we really feel strongly about wanting to bring Liam, I mean, I'm sure I can find a way to make fun of the fact that he doesn't know how to do push-ups. Maybe when Jaal is having an existential crisis, Liam can be like, hey, why don't we have a soccer game? And then maybe that'll make things better for Liam. I mean, better for Jaal. Like I just imagine Liam trying to console Jaal by like doing a bunch of funny insults or trying to steal his cape, or them both taking their shirts off, or Liam trying to organize a soccer game with people that have funny legs, or Liam giving some secrets to some people that he wasn't authorized to give them to, or Liam talking about the couch that he brought with him from Earth, or Liam talking about the car that he wishes he brought with him from Earth, or Liam talking about a job that he had where he was supposed to save people, but he was like, it was too boring, so I wanted to quit. Or Liam not doing push-ups correctly. Did I say that one already? Liam not doing push-ups correctly. Or Liam making inopportune comments that aren't really all that entertaining or informative. I'm sure Liam will do something useful on this mission. Actually, you know what? I think Liam does call it football. He might have called it football. I don't know. I'm American, so I say soccer like a heathen. So, call it soccer and not football. So one says you were joking. I don't know. Now I'm on the fence about whether or not I should bring Liam. Because on the one hand, I do enjoy making fun of him. So, but at the same time, I like Vetra. you know what? I think I'm actually gonna bring Vetra just to because I can't remember if I think I've brought Vetra before. But we'll just kind of see we'll go with Vetra. We'll see how she reacts.
So, no one has ever seen the inside of one of these places. Really?
None who lived to tell. Prisoners who go in are never seen again. They have disappeared.
And the Angara slaves, what about them?
Sure, we've liberated Ket work camps, but never these facilities. We lost so many fighters trying. The price was too high.
I like to believe that the Ket take important Angara from here to their home cluster.
What? As slaves?
I guess.
Death is better.
Jarl, we can't just give in to blanket despair. We gotta have hope. It's why they fight. It's why we're here.
It's why we're excited to be part of this mission.
We're here. And let's be quick, this storm's getting worse.
Once we're through the shield, you take point, we'll look for Moshae Sjefa.
God damn, those cape
Let's just try to
physics are
stay
good
safe,
every time I see
okay?
them. God, why is this cape so flowy?
No one joins the resistance
I want a
to
flowy
stay
cape.
safe.
I guess I should say something a little more in depth about the existentialist question about slavery and death. That's kind of a deep topic, but I don't know. My only real comment on it is it's not given proper time to flourish, right? Like that's a really interesting question about like, is death preferable to a horrible, miserable existence that's basically just a torturous life? You know, interesting question. It needs a little more than the 30 seconds that they give it, but you know.
Somewhere.
Scales our top cat hacker.
Run Angaran shield disable program.
Adding my process accelerator. Stand by. Continue to stand by.
Please don't embarrass me in front of our new friends.
I have created a small hole in the shield.
Look, it worked.
Don't celebrate just yet. This is where it starts. Ket beast heading our way!
My favorite!
Sam, by the time we leave, I want to know everything about this place.
Yes, Pathfinder.
Damn, I just toasted them both with one biotic
Scout,
detonation.
You're on me.
I love how like I had the helmets on as equipped and now you guys have made a Jarl Bane theme. Now I just imagine Jarl doing the monologue that Bane does towards the end of Dark Knight. It's like, Andromeda is yours. Do as you please. Let's see. Pull this guy and Kadoosh.
Pathfinder. Joel!
Oh! Do you see this, Hect?
Yes, incredible.
I can't believe I'm here!
Whew.
And I'll bet neither can these guys.
Wait till I tell my brothers. They'll be so proud.
What's the matter, alien? Can't keep up? You guys are great.
God, I love the physics of
The outsides of these places so many times. I can't believe we got in.
Our people's things are here. Abandoned.
From the prisoners.
That's definitely one of the reasons why I wanted to play Biotic for the playthrough, because that pull throw combo is just so satisfying to look at. So I imagine if you're going to have to watch someone play Andromeda, that's probably the most fun way to do it. Although the construct build is fun.
On it!
Choose you for new glory.
that was basically my last one. I won't call it my canon one, but it was my most recent sort of like personal playthrough of Andromeda was the Construct build, which that's pretty fun, but I think it's more satisfying to play than it is to watch. The watching people get exploded by biotics everywhere is probably more fun to look at. Also, I love this design detail when you scan this stuff. A little bit of commentary about what the conditions are like in these camps.
I don't like the look of this.
Personal things. Angaran things.
Looks that way.
You guys are saying somebody turned down the AC. Yeah, that'll do it. I can't remember if there's a terminal or something up here. No, I don't. Wait. No, not one that's useful anyway. All right, now so I can actually end up seeing my writer's face at some point. Let's change that back to as equipped. Or actually off in conversations. There we go.
That was exciting.
Huddle up. If we were a surprise, I doubt we're one anymore.
You have the best chance of finding Moshae Sjefa. We'll attack head-on and provide a distraction.
That sounds a little like suicide.
We're ready for anything.
This is the main entrance. We'll go this way.
Kick in the front door.
From a
Stay in radio
gamey standpoint, I wish they'd given you more of a choice there. But from a, I guess, story standpoint, I mean, why can't they have the autonomy to do what they want?
Can they cause enough trouble to keep the Kett occupied?
Count on it.
And presumably, given the more chilly relationship between the Initiative and the Angara at that point, why would they take orders from you anyway? That sort of thing.
That's not ideal. That sounds like a last resort. Whoa. Sam, what is this?
A decontamination protocol. The chamber is sealed until the cycle runs its course.
So, we're trapped. I hate that.
Noted.
Window. Shoot it?
No, the seal is invulnerable.
Why would they need decontamination?
Good question.
Maybe the Kett think they're sick.
Germaphobes?
Pathfinder, come in.
How's it going?
We're undetected, but from where we're hiding, we can see some of our people.
We seem to be in the Kett-only area. No Moshae yet.
Understood. We're just discussing our next move. We'll be in...
You know, I just had a thought about that decontamination thing. I've never realized this necessarily before, but like the decontamination process, that says something about the Kett, but I'm trying to think about what it says. I mean, they're trying to assimilate other species' DNA into their DNA, so they're not exactly icky about contamination, but are they using the decontamination to keep biological material from the Angara away from the other areas? Or are they actually worried about infecting the Angara in some way? Right? Like, are they trying to keep it sterile to keep germs out, or to keep germs from getting out, or to keep them from getting in? I don't know what that says exactly. Is there what I'm getting at is there some element of like benevolence when it comes to the Angara, or are they just treating them like a resource that they don't want damaged? And either way, does that level of pragmatism override any kind of animosity which they have for, because they seem to consider the other races, like when you listen to the logs around the Solarians or the Turians or whatever, they seem to view other species as just potential DNA. Like, they don't really necessarily seem to hate them.
Some kind of commune?
Should we toss the place, Joel?
Caldi says it says they're trying to hide a loading screen. Well, yeah, it could be that too. You're right. I also really like the way that they handle these translations. They get better and better as time goes on, but I like the imprecise alternative medium cultivation impregnate. Like Sam is trying to place it based on context, and the more of these you see, the better that they get as the story goes along. I always appreciated that. Okay, so we got some theories here. John is saying it's a bit of both. They want to be perfect, so I guess they don't want the Angara to be infected before they exalt them in some way. Dylan, you're saying that's really interesting. So Dylan is saying with different DNA they possess, they're probably open to getting illnesses for each additional species. That could be true. I mean, they would also have to inherit whatever like immune systems they have, though. So in some sense, they might be super immune also. Sten says they want to get rid of Liam's germs. Yeah, that's probably it, to be honest. That's his mystery solved. Oh, crap. There you go.
Let's get these guys without much of a ruckus.
Looks doable.
I don't know if it's just because I played last time on hardcore, but combat just seems easier than I remember. Total low-key humble brag. No, I just think it's probably just playing on hardcore last time.
What? What is this?
Fortunate welcome. Step forward. I am humbled before you. You who are the chosen. Chosen by the Archon. Chosen to be exalted.
Chosen to be exalted.
Yeah, that pull throw combo is incredibly satisfying. It's more so than it was in the original trilogy. I honestly think that pull throw in Andromeda is like the stasis bubble charge of Mass Effect 3. Like that stasis bubble plus charge combo, that was the most satisfying thing maybe ever. And if you upgraded charge in ME3 to automatically refill your shields, it was like the most OP thing ever. You could just wreck entire rooms, like never mind multiplayer. Oh goodness, if you had charge fully upgraded to recharge your shields in multiplayer, like you could just devastate an entire wave, like just charging back and forth between people. It was ridiculous.
Looks like some sort of ritual. The Angara seem entranced.
I know the Moshae. She's not down there. But maybe in one of those pods.
It's as good a lead as any.
You wanted a distraction? We just set our plan on fire.
Impossible! Archon.
Explain.
We've been breached. I will defend the temple.
Wait. Is the Moshae among these?
No. It awaits final exaltation.
Then proceed immediately.
Yeah, across the series, Tall Warden, Charge is my favorite. Charge is the reason why Vanguard, to me, is the most fun to play in the original trilogy.
What's final? What are they doing? We have to save all the Angara.
We came here for the Moshae. She's our first priority.
Your priority.
My ship, my team, my priorities.
You know what's interesting? Everyone talks about how they wish that Ryder could be more in charge, but I do kind of feel like the moments where you do that get overlooked, like that one right there. Right? She straight up tells Jaal, "I'm in charge," and I kind of feel like those moments don't get talked about as much as the meeting that you can't dismiss quite the way you want to.
Whatever it is, we need to get the Moshae out of it.
Get that one! Don't let him escape!
Looks like the Resistance is getting in some good shots.
Come in, Pathfinder.
Go ahead.
We contacted Commander Dozil. More fighters are on their way.
Send scientists and technicians. Let's gather all the intel we can.
Will do.
Jaal, our objective is still the Moshae.
Of course, but we can't waste this world.
Pods up there!
They go behind that wall. Must be another way in.
Could ask these guys for directions. Who's in? Vetra?
Not right now, Ryder.
This one's mine.
Pathfinder, come in.
You holding up?
So far,
Ooh.
we're beyond the main
The combat
chamber now,
is
continuing our
very well
Crazy.
handled on this level,
What are you
though. Like, a
saying?
lot of the main missions, like, the levels are just really well laid out as far as combat challenge and level design.
We found a group of
Particularly
prisoners
the
who
one
were
where you
entranced
save
or
the
something.
Solarians.
Couldn't convince
That
them to
is probably
evacuate,
my
so we had to
favorite.
leave them behind.
Sam?
Wait, was one of them
Any
behind
luck
us? Oh,
figuring out
right,
how
there's
this
one
place
behind
works?
us. Good job,
Yes,
Vetra.
Pathfinder. I am making progress, but the Angara have no intel on this facility. Should I prioritize differently? Are you in peril?
Keep at it, Sam. We can handle the peril.
More kit attack dogs!
Can't just get uglier and uglier.
Yeah, also there is the whole fact that Vetra is just really badass in combat. She's one of my favorites. I mean, probably her and Drac are my favorite combo for combat.
You're that sure of
Although
your intel?
Cora PB is surprisingly really effective.
At least I suppose so.
Especially if you're running a biotic build as well. Like, that's just a ton of biotics.
This tunnel looks like the right way.
How many bullets?
This is... damn.
We can try scanning.
This is going to take forever.
Angaran male. Estimate 35. 191 centimeters. Scar tissue, lower right abdomen.
So, not the Moshae.
Angaran male. Estimate 95. Healthy. Numerous healed skeletal fractures.
Is this what we all boil down to?
Do they get? So it seems.
Yeah, Ryder is a good character. I see you guys kind of talking about that versus another Shepherd. Like, Ryder is a solid character conceptually, but like, you're right, some of the dialogue just didn't pan out
Right.
quite the way we would
If you
have
find a
wanted to.
console, I will try to access it.
But certainly conceptually, Ryder makes sense. I mean, you would not have wanted to just copy Shepherd. You would not have wanted to just, you know, make young Shepherd. I think that would have been kind of one-dimensional. So at least in the premise, Ryder was the right decision, but they just could have executed, like, so much of Andromeda could have been executed better.
Okay, Cat Terminal. Let's see what you've got hiding in here. Sam?
Searching. The Chosen unlocked by genetic information.
Hurry, please.
I am working at top velocity with an alien language and an alien technology, checking against Angaran databases. The Moshae was here, but her pod was pulled out of line moments ago.
Just our luck.
Pods travel from here to rooms that encircle this core.
Right then, let's go.
Yeah, I think that was really, Stan, I think that was the kind of what they were going for, right, was to make us feel a similar idea around Alec. The only thing I kind of don't appreciate was, like, the implication that something about the Alec Ryder way, the Shepard way, is outmoded.
We have a lead on the
And that
Moshae.
somehow you need the newer, more progressive, younger hero to do. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that is true for the challenges unique to Andromeda.
Keep in touch.
But for future Mass Effect games, you know, maybe it would be nice to go with a slightly older character again, you know. I mean, we have to remember, Shepard is not like a grizzled character, like as far as age-wise. I think they're 29 canon in Mass Effect 1, and so that makes them like 32 by Mass Effect 3. I mean, that's relatively young, but not like 22 young like Ryder.
Weirdest one yet. Grim.
Contents is genetic material. Cat. Contents. I am unable to identify the contents. I would need more time and resources.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff, if not all of this stuff, is like, you know, you're piecing together this evidence of the genetic tampering, right? Like, it's clearly meant to insinuate what's coming next. Which I can appreciate. I just, you know, as always, I keep saying this. I probably sound like a broken record, but like, just if only they had had more time, I think they would have expounded upon it more. You know, kind of done more with it. Biotic detonator damage bonus, yeah, pretty much, because that is sort of a big deal. Not too worried about that just yet. Let's see, we can upgrade shield generation, and yeah, well, this one, yes, and just for the sake of, we'll just do that. Okay. Yes. And Jol and Vetra's got way too much. We have, oh, okay, that's not good. We got to at least upgrade the basics on Vetra. Got to take the first two on her passives. Got to get concussive, and yeah, what the heck, we'll just do a little more on power armor. Yeah, and it's not even a 22-year-old saving the world. It's a 22-year-old saving the galaxy, technically. 1 sec. This is not even going to count as a break. This is going to be like less than 30 seconds. Let me just tweak the AC real quick. Take like a second, and then we'll be right back. You know, Jane says, as a 22-year-old, I can agree I can't get my own life together, not to mention the galaxy. You know, that does make sense from a certain perspective, but let me share with you this perspective. Like I just said, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Shepard canon is 29 during the events of Mass Effect 1. If I'm not getting that wrong, I think that's about right, which means that Shepard's origin story, say, on Akuz or during the Blitz or things like that, would have made them about Ryder's age. So Shepard kind of was becoming a hero at the same age that Ryder was. On top of that, let me share with you also this perspective. As a 29-year-old, there's no way I could do what Shepard does, so maybe that's super unrealistic also. But then again, I can't do a lot of the stuff Shepard does, so who knows?
Decontamination protocol.
Get down. Sam, can you do anything about this yet?
Working on it.
Yeah, exactly. They're the games. I mean, the franchise is obviously, you know, it's not really meant to be too realistic. So that's why I just kind of go, yeah, writers. You know, you think of most 22-year-olds, you know, they probably couldn't be put in this situation successfully. But then again, you are traveling to another galaxy. Like, there's a lot of fiction in this science fiction. Yeah, this is obviously a crazy scene.
Careful! Don't kill him!
Joel, he's shooting at us.
Joel, I swear to you, those Kett are gonna get what they deserve.
Monsters! Villains! Time to die!
We're gonna put you assholes down.
Yeah, Joel's emotion.
Got 'em all.
And why is Vetra still shooting?
No. What the hell was all that?
What the hell is Vetra still shooting at? Hey, Vetra, cut it out.
I've seen some serious crap, but this is
Vetra's
straight up
angrier than Joel. She's just...
evil.
Vetra is seriously never gonna stop firing. Like if we don't stop her, she's just gonna go forever. Oh, there she goes. She's just gonna get closer. What the hell is Vetra? I've never seen this. I have seriously never seen this. Vetra is just assailing the floor. She is just non-stop going fully automatic on the ground. She's not going to stop until the ground is dead. This is amazing. She just keeps going. All right, she's done. She just needed to get that frustration out. She's so angry for Joel. She just had to empty a couple of clips. Good Lord. She must have seen Liam do push-ups. That's what happened.
Joel.
They are us.
I'll keep scanning for the Moshae. She's gotta be here somewhere.
We'd better find her fast.
They are us.
Yeah.
How many have I killed? Not knowing. Right, I did not know.
It's one of the best moments in the game. I mean, I remember the first time and every subsequent time since. Still hits me. Still hits me. It's a good line of dialogue. It's just solid when he says they are us. You can spin that line into a lot of different commentary about the existentialist nature of war, and you know, we as people in real life have to realize that, you know, this impacts him. It impacts him so much just knowing that the Angara, the Kett that he killed were once Angara, right? Just the notion that he has been killing his own species is devastating to him. You know, what should that... And I don't think I'm reading too much into this. I think that line of dialogue is absolutely meant to make us, a universally human audience, think to ourselves and ask ourselves, what sort of devastation that we wrought upon each other every time humanity has gone to war against itself, for nothing more than lines of nationality or religion or ideology or something else. Like, there's really something to be said about that line, they are us. In this case, that's because of a science fiction motif in which, well, not a motif, but it's a science fiction device in which, you know, he's realizing that a species that he thought was an alien species is actually his own in some sense. But in real world, all wars are fought between one species. It's just us killing us. Like, it's just us killing us, right? Every single war in human history could carry with it the same weight and emotion that Jaal is experiencing now. They are us.
How can I help? What do you need?
That is kind. I don't know.
Well, then let's start by finding the Moshae. If anyone can figure out what this means for the Angara, I'm guessing it's her.
You're probably right.
Ryder, Jaal, I got her. She's here.
Sam, get me into that room
Initiating
now!
decontamination bypass hack.
Ah, crap, more baddies.
Moshae Sjefa, we're coming for you!
Well, there wasn't that many. Was that it? Was those the only ones in this room? Yeah, I don't know why the combat just feels, well, it's not too bad. I'm not going to complain. I can just breeze through it. Probably better for the sake of the stream. Also, playing multiplayer, I feel like in most games, makes you like way sharper on the normal difficulty of any game.
Sam, what have you got?
I was able to access the facility plans at the last terminal. A best guess would be the shuttle launch area above.
There she is! I see her! They're getting ready to leave!
Oh boy. Okay, and someone just mentioned the notion of the what I was discussing with the Ket really being Angara, and how that device has been used before, essentially in BioWare games, either the husks being people or the Herlocks coming from, and really I think multiple, you know, the Darkspawn are sort of brought from the other species. Okay. That's a big thing. I want to address that. Somebody remind me to come back to that topic later, but it's hard to do. It's hard to do the really in-depth commentary and focus on the combat. So when I'm done with this fight, somebody remind me to address that, because that's a good point, and I want to talk about that.
No, you will not take her.
Shields and protects me! You flawed ignorant! Now you have to deal with me!
Where are you, stupid floaty bastard? Get over here. Yeah, no, you gotta deal with us. How you like that biotic detonation? The only thing is the weapon power on this build is not good for boss fights like this. It's good for crowd control and good for having a bit of fun, like tossing people sideways like this, kadoosh, but not really good for taking on the HP really tanky, ouch. There you go, Destin, get over here.
Protect this secret place!
Also, God, that clip is shallow. Yeah, I should remember to bring. Should remember to bring higher damage weapons. Frickin' Cardinal's taking forever. Yeah, clearly you're not going to yield because you have way too much HP proportional to the difficulty level.
Don't let them take the chosen!
Oh, hi. Ah! No, thank you. Get on the ground now and die. I do like this combat sequence overall, though. On hardcore, also quite fun. Listen, I ain't got time for this. Oh, come on. There you go. Let's just pick up some ammo. Okay, on the, wait. Not so smart guy. I hated this part, too much HP. Yeah, they do have too much HP, but I do like, if you bring a better weapon, like this is not a good weapons build for this. I overall like this fight. Okay, real quick before we do this cutscene. On the issue of the Angara, the Ket really being Angara, and is that kind of repetitive because the Husks were based on people, and the Darkspawn in Dragon Age are technically, you know, the different, you know, elves, people, dwarves, etc. I'm not going to comment too much on Dragon Age because I believe you know at some point that the Darks, or fairly early on, that the Darkspawn are actually people. So I'm just going to stick to Mass Effect because that's my jam mostly. So in Mass Effect, it's different than Husks because in Husks you know right away, you know right away in Mass Effect 1 that Husks are people, right? So what that plays as from a narrative standpoint is your enemy is taking your people and turning them into husks, right? Into cannon fodder. Okay, that's bad. That's pretty twisted. You see, colonists being impaled on spikes. That's horrific. It's not the same thing as having fought your enemy with all the fervency that you fight your enemy, only to then realize that it's your own species, right? It's a subtle difference, but it's a fairly significant distinction. Right, because you're fighting your enemy sort of with all your might, and then that realization dawning on you. At least from the beginning, we as audience members can be a little bit creeped out by the fact that Husks are people. You never have that realization, full stop, of them being you. Right, you don't have to realize that after the fact. So I think it's a little bit different. I don't know. I think if anything, it might even be a little bit more shocking to realize how sentient the Geth are. That was a little more of like a whoa moment, because you're having to sort of not face not their humanity, but certainly their capacity for some level of individualism. Anyway, good. It's a good point. It's a good point that there's something like that device that comes up commonly in BioWare games, but I do think it's slightly different here in Andromeda.
I gotcha. We're getting you out of here.
No one has ever returned from behind Ket walls.
Then you'll be the first.
Oh, and not to mention, this
Let's
is one
get
of my
out of here.
favorite lines of dialogue in the entire franchise
I'm
coming
not
up.
the only one here. They took the entire cell.
Vitals are bad. The immune system's been decimated.
You will not take it.
Just, this is such a great moment.
It is meant for the Archon himself.
She's coming with us.
Wait, I want to know why the Archon.
Arrogant simpletons. This is a gift. Who are you to deny it?
You turn them into monsters that fight their own people.
These Chosen join with us to become great beyond your ability to understand. Like them, I was once wretched, and the exalted DNA of our great Archon entwines with mine. I stand on the shoulders of his greatness, as they do, as one day, you will.
It's quite possibly the best line in the history of Mass Effect games.
Except I'm gonna fuck your shit up. How's that for good?
Ah, it's so satisfying. And Frida Wolf just nails that delivery.
Sam, is there an off switch to this horror palace?
I've accessed the EM field. I can overload at your command.
We must get all our people out first.
There's no time to open hundreds of pods, let alone help the Angara inside.
Wait. Leave my sacred temple intact, and I will open the pods of the Chosen. Take them. Just leave this holy place standing.
No. Even if I die here, this place must be destroyed.
We can come back to destroy it. Let's free these here now.
If your plan fails, the Ket will simply fill this place again.
With respect, our compatriots are also here. Our fighters, our scientists, our strength.
To me, this always seemed like sort of like a false tough decision. I'm like, you can destroy the facility any old time. Like, we can send a bomb back. I mean, you don't do that within the canon of the story. I just felt like logically, like, yeah, of course you got to save the Angara.
All right. Release the Angara below.
Enact emergency shutdown. Release all the Chosen.
Jal, have the Resistance free as many as they can before the Ket arrive.
I will. And
yeah, PT, I think I did do that once with a sniper rifle. Yeah, don't thank me yet.
Not likely.
I don't know, does anyone ever let the Ket go? Like, I'm just like...
She deserved much worse.
Yeah, she did.
We have the Moshae. Heading to the roof for extraction.
Alright, let's roll.
Ket incoming. They're not gonna make this easy.
I don't know how this is going to end.
I will help. Come, stand near me.
No, Moshae. Save your strength.
That's my decision to make. No Ket can stop it. Head for that platform.
Yeah, good idea. Better position.
Alright, crew, let's post up here. This is actually a pretty decent challenge overall.
Come in. You have the Moshae.
I need Jal there. I need Vetra
Heads
there. And let's do this.
Shuttle, come in. Could really use a pickup.
Sorry, I can't land.
Pull up to the edge of the roof. We'll figure it out from there. Back off. You're going to be sorry, you hard-headed freak of nature. Look out, close quarters.
You hard-headed freak of nature.
Come on,
Apt,
boy.
I mean.
Come on.
Oh, come on. Oh, nice job, Joe. Woo. Oh, no, not good. Shield capacitors. Woo! Alright.
Come get us. We're ready for extraction.
On our way. The storm's getting worse. We need to leave. Now.
Alright, crew. Let's roll. Whew. I just like how they all get the X5 rifles suddenly.
Resistance squad, come in.
Here. We're making good time.
Get your team out before the Ket arrives.
Don't worry. We got this.
I'm sorry we fought. What we saw will set our cause on fire.
Yes. My broken heart can't even process it.
Hey there, Nicole. Good evening. Glad you could join
Lexi,
us.
Can you give us a minute?
Sure thing.
Hey, Dylan. Yeah, the first time you
Go
played, you didn't know.
gentle.
Yeah,
She's
I
in a
mean,
fragile
I've always known that you
Did
should
she
flee,
just
but I've
call
tried
me
to stay as long
Fred?
as I can just to see if it's
Fragile.
like possible. But no, I think enemies just
Giles
continue to
says you're a
spawn.
pathfinder from the Milky Way.
Do you feel up for a talk?
Ah, so now you value what I have to say.
Oh gosh, I always thought that she was a bit arrogant there. I mean, whatever, totally new species, and I'm disregarding her wishes. I guess I sort of understand, but
I did what I thought was right. I'm good with that.
You'll understand then when it's time for me to do what I think is right.
So, the facility. What's the purpose of all that?
They call it exaltation. They believe that those they exalt are given a great gift.
Gift? They snatch us, defile and shatter us. All the ones we love. I can't.
It's a complex genetic construct, an interchange of traits that the Ket use to advance their species.
So, they steal genes. But why?
Reproduction.
Domination, tyranny, annihilation.
Yes, and yet, the Archon didn't take me to his ship to transform me. I hung immobile, tormented, never sleeping, brought to him on a whim. He showed me remnant tech and beat me when I wouldn't speak.
Oh no. Remnant, of course.
He's obsessed. Like you are. Yes, Jarl told me. You rescued me hoping to get into Aya's vault.
you know, that's a good point, John. Where, I mean, obviously, if you blow up the facility, she's nicer to you, but that still just makes me think. I know a lot of people think of Moshae Sjefa as being like the best choice for ambassador to the Helios cluster at the end of the game, but also I'm like, you know, when you really think about that, she's so willing to sacrifice her own people. I don't know if it's necessarily for vengeance, but it's, you know, she's willing to sacrifice her own people to strike a blow against the Ket, which is kind of an interesting set of principles or priorities for a leader to have. She's willing to sacrifice her people to strike at the enemy. I'm like, I don't know if I dig that so much.
My people have traveled so far. We'll die without a place to settle. These remnant vaults may be the key. A key to help both our species prosper.
I feel for your people in a way that you clearly do not for mine. But emotion must never get in the way of science. I'll take you.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Moshae Sjefa.
I'm happy to answer any other questions for you, Pathfinder. Anytime.
and I mean, I guess we're not totally wrapped up until we bring her back to Aya. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll switch out. Wait a second. I don't know why sometimes my flux, the blue light filter, kicks in while I'm playing, even though this is in full screen, and it totally shouldn't do that. That's a somewhat decent point, Nicole. Yeah, no, you're actually right about that. To be fair, those she wanted to sacrifice were brainwashed. Yeah, I guess I kind of forgot that part. Wait, were they all brainwashed though? I thought some of them were some of the more recent ones. I don't know if it's clear that they're all brainwashed. Is Jaal just being totally emotional then? Like he mentions, doesn't he say like scientists, engineers, or there's also the ones that came in with you, right? I always thought that they would be included in that.
I can see it. The Ket take other species' genes. Asari take other species' traits.
PB, don't tell me we actually agree on something.
Changed my mind. They're nothing alike.
Let's see. What did I take before? No, I didn't take financial. No, that's right. I took getting extra research points and, yeah, probably minerals, to be quite honest. Cool. All right, good. Yeah, I got a little bit of aluminium. Do I have enough to do the N7 armor now? No, not even close. What do I need? I still need copper, I need a little bit more iridium, and I need platinum. Alright, we'll work on this. We'll work on this. I'll have to figure it out here. Oh, you know what would be good to develop, though? Because it's worked so well for us in multiplayer, is the... Oh, wait, do I have it yet? No, I don't even think I have the schematic for it, which is the N7. No, wait. Oh, I do have it. Okay. Hurricane. And, yeah, I've got a crap ton of... Good. Good. Right, this has got to be level 20, but I can go all the way up to 3 right now. Cool. And I don't think I have materials to actually make this. Oh, I just need a little bit of Ezo. And then I would be good to go. Is there something I can get from the kiosk? Thanks, Flucus, for stopping by. Have a good one. Okay, so no element 0 available for purchase, but that's okay. Alright, well actually, even before we do that, I suppose we should probably check in on Jaal. I feel like that's part of the whole situation there. Why is PB just standing by the door?
You again. Want to hear more about my childhood log cabin?
No. PB, just stay over there.
You're off the hook, PB. Good luck with your project.
Thanks. Don't be a stranger.
Jaal?
Thank you for checking. But I'm all right.
Don't know if I would be.
I have to be. How else do we go on? You know?
Crumbling won't help anyone.
I agree. We have to be strong. I really miss my family at times like these. Are you close to your family?
I was. Am. My mom and dad are dead. My brother's in a medically induced coma. I'm kind of an orphan at the moment.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, this random collection of Tempest oddballs can feel like family sometimes.
Yeah. I never really felt I had a purpose. But here...
BB wants that sweet cape.
What about the Resistance?
My place in the Resistance is not what I'd like.
But that kid on Aya looked up to you.
Sure. But you are going to do something important, Ryder. I feel it. This is where I should be.
You bring a lot to the team.
Thank you. I look forward to even more adventures.
Oh, poor Jal. He takes it like a trooper, though, I mean, to be quite honest.
None of the equipment in here would produce extra mass readings.
Oh, that's right. We've still got that thing stuck in the Tempest. We'll do that as we go along.
Going through the readouts from the Ket facility, I've never seen such advanced genetic technology. Frankly, it's light years ahead of our capabilities.
How do you think the crew is holding up?
I'm happy to share what I can without violating patient confidentiality. Anyone in particular? I sort them in their files and my brain by species.
Also, if ever there was a time to ask the onboard psychiatrist, psychologist about your crew, now would be it, right?
Is Jal doing okay?
He's adjusting. The rest of us have at least some understanding of each other's cultures. But to Jal, we're all outsiders. It's a lot to take in. I'd say he's doing pretty well.
Thanks for the insight. I'll let you get back to it.
I'll be here if you need me.
Oh, well, that's cool, Nicole. No, I'm glad that you've got a file there going with our Alicia Ryder here. But yeah, those PC visuals come in handy
this
here.
This isn't a good reason to get excited.
What's up? You guys aren't fighting, are you?
Why would I fight with my best friend?
Best friend? Oh, Callow. Callow's very excited about a report I received from EOS. It's good news. The radiation levels are steadily dropping.
Your outpost Prodromos is really going to make it. When do you want to head back?
Yeah, this is great. How do I address this? I like the fact that they handled EOS this way, but I don't like the timing of when they tell you can go back, right? Because at this point, it's basically this plus whatever you haven't done on Havarl, whatever you haven't done on Vold, the return to EOS, the continuation of the critical path, and then Eladin gets thrown in. Well, no, Kadara and Eladin get thrown in basically all at the same time. And you're probably not done with... I mean, you may be done with everything on Havarl or Vold at this point, but that's unlikely. Most people probably still have something left. I typically have... It's just... I know they were trying to go for the feeling of open world and you can do whatever you want, but the narrative focus of Mass Effect just gets lost in all that. So it tends not to work. Again, I like the fact that they actually tell you to get off EOS and then say come back later and there'll be more stuff. I think that, and also the fact that they have an in-fiction reason for it. I think it's basically the way that they handled the Hinterlands for Inquisition, but way better. It's actually smoother. It's better than the way that they handled the Hinterland, out-of-universe message that pops up that says, hey, you should get out of here because this area is too big.
We could go, but we need to balance our priorities. Why?
Just saying, if I'd created a thriving community in a brand new galaxy, I'd want to visit.
Just wait till they put in the beach and the water slide.
Now you're just playing with me.
So, radiation levels are down. More to explore?
Yes, but there's been a rise in Ket activity as well.
Figures that we're not the only ones to benefit from the planet's improvement.
Might be nice to see how it's doing.
Almost like a vacation.
Almost. Maybe we'll head back at some point.
Well, you're the boss. Just say the word.
Also, the other problem with it is they don't do anything else like that. It's just EOS that works like that, which makes me think that every planet kind of had that extra wave of content, kind of like the second series. Is that what it's called, or the bonus series in Star Wars: The Old Republic? If you play the MMO Old Republic, the bonus series is kind of like that too, where it kind of triggers. I think after a certain level, or maybe after you beat the class storyline, you can go back to the planets and there's more stuff. It's a great concept. I like the idea that as you come back to areas, there's actually new quests. It's not like, you know, back in Knights of the Old Republic when you were done on, say, Manon or Kashyyyk, like, you're done. There's literally no reason to ever go back there. Oh, that's right. Somebody mentioned Suvi has some good dialogue here, and I think you're right.
The swelling has gone down significantly, and I seem to be able to talk normally again.
Good. Keep me updated.
Oh, wait, it's
And
not this.
Cool food and liquid only. Nothing spicy.
Thank you, Lexi.
Is there something wrong? Did you hurt yourself?
Oh, it's nothing. I'm just getting over some inflammation of the soft tissues of the mouth. It was dramatic, but ultimately non-threatening.
What?
Have you ever heard of the lick test? Back before scanners were portable, Earth scientists would employ this test in the field. They used it to tell rocks from fossils.
Yeah, Suvi is modded.
Composition.
Just slightly. I think it was just a complexion mod, but I thought it helped.
You licked a rock, didn't you?
I was distracted and forgot it was a Helios rock. I do it unconsciously. When I was little, my father and I would go on expeditions. The lick test was a huge part of it. He made science fun for me. Your mother was something of a scientist, wasn't she?
She specialized in biotics research. Got her start in medicine.
I read all about her research, and your father's. AI and implants. They achieved so much in so little time. Sam is an astounding achievement. I left my parents back home. They told me they were proud of me, and then lived out their lives while I slept.
If you think that means you're alone, you're wrong.
Thank you. You saying that means the world to me. I'll take comfort in the people I've met here. And if you ever need me, I'm here for you too.
Oh, snap. Heating up between Alicia Ryder and Suvi. And I think she does have some dialogue related to the mission, right?
The discovery of Aya was just what we needed, Ryder. The Angaran scientists have been so generous in sharing their wisdom. It's been amazing.
At least one of the first contact situations went well.
Right? The Ket. Habitat 7. I'm thankful the Angara were willing to risk working with us.
I'm afraid not all of them are quite so friendly.
Some give trust easily. From others, you have to earn it. I'm confident we'll get there.
I should get back to things.
Sounds good.
All right, let us get back to Aya, and then maybe we'll talk with some of the crew, the rest of the crew, when we get back.
Not really a holiday destination.
Anomaly detected.
Hey, readable. Yeah, no worries. This is probably the only time that you were not first in, so no worries. You're one of the regulars, and we do these things somewhat infrequently also. I mean, I did kind of announce this one sort of last minute.
I can feel the Scourge's drag on the ship.
At least it keeps Aya hidden. Anomaly detected.
Sarah Marie saying subtitles are helping you to keep up. Yeah, for sure. So let me, we'll get subtitles turned on here in a second. Crap. Okay, I can't do it in this cutscene. I'm sorry. We'll get it turned on as soon as we get a chance to get to a pause menu.
Stars and skies light our way.
Stars and skies light our way.
She knows how to play a crowd.
She's the Moshae.
Welcome home.
I never thought I'd see it again. Without the Resistance and the Pathfinder, I wouldn't be here.
Oh snap, Jane, right on. That is, it's awesome. Well, enjoy and have a good time in San Francisco.
We made a good team.
We freed more than just the Moshae, and the Pathfinder killed a Ket leader.
We have a lot to celebrate.
I promised to lead the Pathfinder to Aya's vault.
The sooner I learn what's special about that place, the faster I can fix Eos.
Then get on with it.
I'll prepare the vault for your arrival. A shuttle will bring you to me when it's ready.
Thank you, Moshae.
We've been alone against the Ket for too long. You've proven it doesn't have to be that way. It's time we discussed an alliance between our people.
We're happy to make room for you on the Nexus.
We'll provide an embassy here as well. Our city is open to you. Join us.
Well done, Joel. Report for reassignment.
I need to stay with the Pathfinder.
Jal has already become a valued member of my crew.
Of course he has. I see the benefit. Request granted.
I'll need to file a mission report. Don't leave Aya without me.
I mean, it's not like we have the option to leave Aya without him. Alright, let's turn on some subtitles. Subtitles enabled. Alright, there we go. So let's see here. Let's talk to Moshae Sjefa at the vault, because that's not like a mission or anything. It's just like a super quick cutscene. I don't know if I really want to explore Aya right now, because it's kind of cool to take your time and do that. I might instead... It might be time to take some pistol upgrades so I can get the pistol weight down. And... yeah, I don't know about flamethrower, but we might. You know, I've never really used cryo beam. Cryo beam might be the one tech ability that I actually go for this time. It's going to be mostly biotics, but I really don't know if I want to keep upgrading shockwave, because who knows, but honestly backlash might be kind of cool. Well, we're definitely going to upgrade these two. So yeah, there's no real point in duration because I want to detonate these as quickly as possible. So we'll take radius, and then for throw, damage is actually decent, but more than that, force is decent. And I don't know that radius really matters because most of the time I use this to detonate anyway. So the radius is really going to be whatever the biotic explosion is. Yeah, we'll take damage. Yeah, I mean, we would get to freeze people with cryo. I mean, that'd be kind of nice. Alright, so we'll kind of close this loop as far as the Moshae, and I don't think we have to do anything after that.
haven't brought anyone here in over 20 years. There's always been an active display for Aya, but we could never affect it.
Let's see what we can do. Sam?
Time for all that screenshot goodness.
Yes, this is new. Is it similar to the vault on Eos? Tell me, what are you seeing?
I think what we need to figure out is what's different. Tell me, what do you see?
The vaults. They're a network, as you discovered. However...
They're not connected to each other, but to this place.
This image was on a relic the Archon showed me. He called it Meridian. And it looks like Aya's vault is
Thanks, John. Really appreciate it. Have a good night.
And it's terraforming, doing what it was meant to do.
The vault on Eos is also present, but changed. Our interfacing with it has affected its connection.
What do you think, Professor?
I think that Meridian is the control center for all the vaults.
This discovery might just change everything. If we can get to Meridian, maybe we can turn everything on from there. Make Helios live.
Wait, Ryder. The Archon knows where it is. He's already been there.
What? Where? Meridian?
Of course. That's why he tortured me. He thought I could help him use it.
Because he can't. Meridian is my people's best chance for survival. We have to take it from him.
Agreed. Such power in the hands of such evil could mean the end of your people, and mine.
The Archon is a menace, and I've had it with being lorded over.
You're going to need that relic I saw. The Resistance might have intel on the whereabouts of Archon's ship. I'll talk to Ephra and secure his full cooperation. Meet me there.
All right, and so I don't know, from a pacing standpoint, I don't jump straight to that. I don't know. I don't know. I'm either going to do that or maybe do the side stuff on Vold, only because I feel like Vold is the only planet that might actually make sense about being pressing from a story standpoint, just because they are kind of at war. So yeah, let's go chit chat with some of the folks on the Tempest, because I want to kind of get people's reactions from the last mission as well.
Pathfinder, Drac wants to see you. Ket genetics defies everything we know. They're bits of different species, and yet all Ket. It's bizarre, horrifying, fascinating, all at once.
If you and the rest of the team could figure them out, it might make a huge difference.
Already on it, Pathfinder.
Hey Zoe, no problem. Yeah, I appreciate you stopping by, and hope you have a good night or day or whatever time zone you're in. Appreciate it.
I should get back to things.
Sounds good.
Hello, Gil. When are you cleaning up?
Oh, there we go. More Callow bitching at Gil.
A redesign? Without a trained crew?
I'm trained.
He is trained. Come on, Callow.
Don't be so uptight.
Everything okay?
Oh, fine. Fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, Callow knows about professional courtesy about as much as Liam knows about push-ups.
What can I do for you?
I couldn't help overhearing you and Gil. Sounded pretty heated.
He likes redesigning things, but the ship was built this way for a reason. I wish Gil would respect that. It's nothing to concern yourself about, really.
Yeah, so right now the plan is romance Suvi. That's kind of been the way that we've been going so far. That is at least what I'm I don't anticipate on changing that.
What do you think of the rest of the crew?
Well, I can't talk about Suvi. She's sitting right there.
I'm not listening. You can say whatever you like.
Oh no, I'm not falling for that again.
I'll let you concentrate.
You know where I'll be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure someone likes Callow more than Gil. I just don't think I've met that person yet, because to me, it's just 100%. Gil just seems like a pro, man. Like, he seems like he knows what he's doing. You know, he's not just going to make a change that doesn't make sense. Callow needs to get off his back.
Why can't you just ask her yourself?
Because. Just because.
PB knows I can't divulge patient information.
Useless.
Ryder, exaltation? I never imagined we were fighting Angara.
They're no longer Angara. The Ket changed them into something else. That's the atrocity.
We have to stop the Archon, whatever he's up to. The more we learn, the more I realize how much bigger than me this all is. It's humbling.
Yeah, that one did. Like, I was glad that I could pick Gil over Callow. I just wanted to pick Gil over Callow more forcefully. Like, I really wanted to tell Callow he was being ridiculous.
So what's your take? Is this Meridian what we think it is?
Everything we've seen, each remnant system we've uncovered, is connected to everything else. The bots, the monoliths, the vaults. It stands to reason that activating Meridian will connect the entire network and rekindle terraforming across the cluster.
So you think we're doing the right thing?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I do like Callow in spaces, but it's not even that I dislike him. He's just kind of ranked towards the bottom. If I have to rank the entire Tempest crew, I'm gonna have to put him a little bit lower, to be quite honest. Just not my favorite. I think Cora's gonna talk about the Asari arc, to be quite honest, but let's see.
Did you hear the news from Eos?
Yeah,
Asari
that's right.
refugees showed up at the outpost. Only a few, but that's better than none. Bradley says there's an officer in charge, Hidaria. She could know where the Ark is.
We'll head to Eos and see what she knows.
Good. Rumor says Sarissa Theris was on the Asari Ark. Exactly who we need.
Who's she?
Probably the best commando strategist alive. Her biotic shields saved hundreds at the Battle of Kirkus. Apparently, Sarissa's acting as bodyguard to the Asari Pathfinder.
Yeah, Dylan. No, I agree with you overall. I didn't really care about their little argument either. I thought it was dumb, but I just kind of feel like Gil never brought it up. Like, so I'm 100% in agreement with you as far as like I don't care about their little fight. But Gil wasn't the one constantly bringing it up. It was Callow, and he would, you know, the way I got it was like he was sort of coincidentally, you know, kind of trying to play it off, but he was sort of passive-aggressive about it. So I was just kind of like, I imagine my headcanon is that if Callow hadn't have complained about it so much, Gil would have just let it roll off his back or not really worry about it.
Well, someone's a fan.
No, I just like... Look, we need someone with her experience, that's all.
Is military strategy really what we need out here?
Someone has to protect the Nexus. Can't afford to turn away allies. When you're ready to look, we can catch Hidaria at Prodromos. Wouldn't mind tagging along.
Nicole, I have not romanced Gil, have romanced Cora. So yeah. Does Cora say anything about the Angara, or does she not care? She only cares about Asari.
That vault on Aya was so...
Literally, she
so
doesn't care
alive.
about the Angara.
And Meridian might be the key to the others. No wonder the Archon wants to control it, like everything in Helios. See you later, Cora. I'll be here.
Alright, what do you guys think? Should we actually try and talk to Liam? Or should we just keep ignoring him?
I'm in the galley when you're free.
Where's Gil? Is Gil in the engine?
Hey there.
Hey yourself.
Question for you.
Shoot.
Yes?
When all this craziness is over, you think you'll have kids?
Where the heck's that coming from?
Jill, the best friend I mentioned while I was thrashing you at poker. She's starting the initiative's first repopulation effort at Prodromos. It's all she can talk about. It got me thinking. At the end of the day, this whole thing, the Andromeda initiative, we're basically here to spawn.
Those of us lucky enough to live through this.
Exactly. And there aren't that many to start. We're a disaster or two away from not having enough numbers to survive. Jill's right. At some point soon, we better get busy making babies.
True enough.
Who knew this thing was just a glorified dating service? Eesh. The biological imperative is kind of a bummer.
So, you want to have a child of your own?
I don't know. That's never been a thing for me. You know me. Whatever my gut says in the moment, I do, and I don't look back. My mum says that's how my dad was. I wouldn't know. His gut moved on before I was born.
I had no idea. It must have been hard.
Hey, I turned out all right. He did his part. Brought me into the world. Maybe that's enough. Thanks for talking, Ryder.
Sten says Liam is currently in a push-up contest with the door. Yeah, see, the funny thing is, even if you just laid the door there flat, it would still be better at push-ups than Liam. Where is Vetra? Just in her room? She's just hanging out here.
Looks like pictures of the exaltation chamber.
Yeah, the Ket are using some Angaran-made medical equipment. Could be a lead. I just want an edge on those Ket bastards. If they ever got their hands on Sid, I'd... Well, imagine if it was Scott.
I don't know what I'd do. We're all that's left of our family.
Same here. Sid was so little when our father left, and I was... well, her age now.
You raised your sister by yourself. That can't have been easy.
Had to. I waited forever for our father to come home. He never did. He was involved with some bad things. Bad people. Eventually it caught up to him. There was nowhere to run. Not like a whole new galaxy.
Is that why you came here?
When you're young and stupid, you make bad decisions. Piss off the wrong people. That sort of thing never goes away. Not for you, not for the ones you care about. I don't want to not come home one day.
We're a team. I'll make sure you're always there for Sid.
Thank you, Ryder. That means a lot to me. At least Sid's older now. Maybe I don't have to worry as much. I should get back to work. Talk to my people, see if they've heard anything. Chat later?
I mean, this is more just kind of a general comment about the arcs that the individual squad mates have, but they do all feel a bit rushed. Like, if you really think about, like, how many conversations you've actually had with Vetra one-on-one before she shares these sort of personal reflections, I mean, it's somewhat plausible. I just don't see it as being the most likely thing to happen. I mean, I guess you could say you're sort of bonded by the shared harrowing experience of being in the galaxy and fighting the Ket. Maybe that's an element of it, but still feels rushed.
Much to say about that facility on Vault?
There will be. But maybe not right now.
I get you, pal. Inane chatter about nothing coming up.
Well, that's what you're good at, Liam.
One hell of a trip this is turning out to be. Hostiles, ruined worlds, no home in sight. Everyone's getting toasty. There was a 2-hour argument yesterday and no one even knew how it started.
Yeah, it was just Liam arguing with himself for 2 hours.
Luckily,
And he doesn't remember how he started it.
Movie night.
Oh God, that's right. I forgot about this.
Will just watching a movie make people feel better?
Being with friends, having fun, and not thinking about how screwed we are.
We're not your friends, Liam. We're all kind of annoyed that you're here.
Sooner than Meridian. The Tempest database is pretty dry. Could you download a movie library from Nexus Ops?
Could you? Like, I'm only the Pathfinder. Like, I'm trying to find us a planet to live on. He's like, can you go to Blockbuster and pick me out a movie? Why? How come Liam can't do it? I'm like, first of all, Liam, I'm not going to take you on any missions because I don't want you here. Second of all, I'm the Pathfinder. Like, you can't make Jaw. Like, how come Suvi can't go do it? How come you can't ask Callow to go do it? I'm the most important person in the fucking galaxy, and you want me to go pick a movie for you? Jesus Christ, Liam. Jesus Christ.
Oh, Ryder. Sorry for the mess.
Who's your friend?
An exalted cat. I called Jarl to show him. Ah, there he is. Jarl, look at this. There's nothing Angara inside.
The physical can be deceiving.
I've run hundreds of tests. Only traces of the Angara genome remain. The exalted are Ket.
There must be a way to fix them.
Now, I do like this scene. I do really like the fact that you could, because this is a really important distinction for you to make. And there's actually, this is one of those moments where if you're BioWare and you're trying to limit the amount of cinematics that you have to create and you don't want the story to branch too much, I can understand why some of the decisions don't always end up feeling that impactful. This is one of those where merely what you say, and if you care about the roleplay and the themes of the story, it matters. Because there's a big difference between telling Jarl to accept this or trying to weave, a thread of hope through him. And I think it's important to let him know that he has to accept this. And that's each individual person's prerogative there, but I do feel like it's one of those roleplay decisions where just the dialogue is enough of a distinction.
We need to be prepared that there might not be.
Jarl, remember what we talked about?
That we should examine the problem objectively? Excuse me.
Grief is never easy. But Jarl needs to accept that exaltation is permanent.
Hope is good, but false hope isn't healthy.
I appreciate your support. Jarl is part of this crew. His welfare is my responsibility.
And you're taking good care of him. Just remember why you came here too. There is a new alien species on your table.
My hands actually shook when I made the first incision. See this bone-like armor? It feels as strong as a Krogan's frontal plate.
I'll take your word for it.
I should probably clean this up before it starts to smell.
Yeah, no shit. And then we have Drac as well to get some chat in with.
Read the mission briefs. This isn't good, Ryder. The Archon's dangerous. I've seen people like him before.
He's definitely dangerous. So dangerous, I'm not sure we're ready to deal with him.
Take him out. All we need is a plan. From where I stand, the Archon thinks he knows what's best for us. Problem is, he can follow through on it. That exaltation the Ket do, it turns people into slaves.
He can do that to us. He has that power.
Someone like him you take out fast and hard. Get the leader, the rest will follow. Honestly, drop a nuke on his head, blow up a sun if you have to. Take the collateral damage.
I think Drac has pretty sound advice, and I don't doubt that our Alicia Ryder here is willing to do pretty much what it takes, but I don't think she would like that summary of it. And while I think she respects her father and misses her father and sort of respects his prowess in combat, I think she's still committed to the idea of doing things in a bit more of a subtle way. So she would definitely say not my style. Dylan, have a good night. Thanks so much for being able to stop by. Also, Knight, hello. Glad you could join us. And also, yeah, I mean, I personally like the directness of Drac's advice. But I do think roleplay sort of outlook, I think Alicia would kind of want to distinguish herself a little bit from that style.
There's better ways to stop him than brute force.
Maybe, but I'm not gonna let an enemy get close enough to pry my plates open and go for the soft kill. You don't mess around with this kind of thing. Ends badly each and every time.
Another galaxy, and there are still despots. We saw similar types back when I worked as a peacekeeper. Pirates attacking the colonies. We trained the colonists and they started fighting back. Raiders didn't expect that.
The Angara already know how to fight. But the Archon, he's got an army to back up his crazy.
We're the new variable here. He can't predict what we'll do.
That is an advantage, so long as we play it right. You keep thinking about how you want to handle this.
We'll only get one real chance at it, won't we?
Yep, so when we take him down, let's make sure he stays down.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Drac. Alright, and so I think next time we will either start to do the story mission stuff on Vold, or rather like the side sort of storyline that they have with the war and the Ket on Vold, or we will continue probably with the critical path and whatever way that goes, which I think probably takes us to Kadara next. Again, I really want to stay to critical path mostly, but I did kind of find that the stuff on Vold was relevant and kind of adds to the weight of the conflict that's happening throughout the galaxy. I think with that, we will go ahead and call it for this time. We'll go ahead and stop here, and again, we'll pick up next time either going to Kadara or going to explore some of the content that's on Vold. I really do thank everyone, for once again joining us here. Kind of it's midweek, so I know people got stuff going on. Maybe you were working, maybe you were doing some school stuff. Maybe you got that stuff early tomorrow. I understand not everyone's going to be able to make it, but if you're watching this in the future as well, thanks for watching. Even if you didn't get to make it to the live stream, thanks so much for watching this after the fact. And what should be happening next is let me think here. I think we have some kind of stream going on the weekend, I'm pretty sure. If not, we'll let you know. You can follow me on Twitter at The Exalted March, which I'm sure most of you do already. But if you don't, do that, because that's where we try to announce when we are doing streams. And so, once again, really appreciate everyone being here. Appreciate the amazing support that you all have shown. You're a great chat room. You're a great bunch of people to play games with. And I really get a kick out of doing this. Everyone take care. Have a good night. Have a good day. And we'll talk to you soon.